Good evening, Tanager fans, and welcome to Irene-Wakonda High School, where the Tanagers are here to take on the Irene-Wakonda Eagles tonight. I'm Mark Krebs, the voice of the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies, filling in for Heath Nimke, who is with the boys, taking on Flandreau here in about, just over an hour and a half. This game is going to be a good one here. It's an interclass game with the Vermillion Tanagers coming in at 11-8 in Class A. They are sitting at third in Region 3 right now. Irene-Wakonda comes into tonight's contest with an 8-10 record, and they are sitting in we will find it here really quickly. In Region 5, they are sitting in 5th place. So if the playoffs were to start tonight, the Vermillion Tanagers would actually be taking on the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies in Vermillion as in the 3-6 matchup, where the Huskies are sitting at 4-14 on the season. But tonight, the Tanagers need to get by the Irene-Wakonda Eagles before they can look ahead to the playoffs, which begin next week. When we come back, we're going to have stats from the Vermillion Tanagers game against Wagner area just the other night, and we will have starting lineups and more. You're watching Vermillion Tanager basketball on YouTube Live, a production of Fuller Digital Solutions. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
So we're buying a bigger home.
A 4-bedroom, but, with room to grow.
Your ocular cavity is malfunctioning.
Because we want kids.
Calculating offspring life insurance.
No, wait, we only have a cat.
Calculating farm insurance.
Is there somebody else who can help us?
Only a human who knows you can create a plan that's right for you. That's why for 80 years we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau Agent Debbie Profrock in Vermillion at 605-624-3011.
Radio family is growing. Now you can listen to all of the Vermillion Tanagers broadcast on 2 stations, 101.5 FM and AM 1570. When the Tanagers are playing, tune in to either 101.5 FM or AM 1570 to catch the voice of the Tanagers, Heath Nimke, for every play. In addition, we invite you to listen to all of our ESPN programming. We thank you for listening and our radio sponsors that allow us to broadcast all of the Vermillion Tanager sports on ESPN, 101.5 FM and AM 1570.
Welcome back to Irene, South Dakota, where the Tanagers and the Irene-Wakonda Eagles are getting ready to do battle on the court tonight. Again, I'm Mark Krebs, the voice of the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies for Fuller Digital Solutions, filling in for Heath Nimke, who is covering the boys as they take on Flandreau, with the tip-off scheduled for 7:30, so just about an hour and a half from now. We'd like to thank you for joining us tonight in this coverage of Vermillion Tanagers girls basketball. Let's take a look at the numbers. Vermillion is averaging 52.3 points per game. They're giving up 47.2 to their opponents. They're shooting 36.1% from the field, giving up 34.9%. They're 28% three-point shooting team while giving up 26.7%. They are a 61% free throw shooting team while giving up 56.6% to their opponents. In the rebounding margin, they are actually below their opponents Vermillion is only averaging 32.6 rebounds a game, while their opponents are averaging 35.1. They have a turnover margin of negative 3.8. They only commit 14 turnovers per game versus their opponent's 17.8. They have 9.6 steals per game to 7 steals, 1.6 blocks to 1.7, and they are 9-0 at home this season. The Tanagers have been outscored by their opponents in the first quarter, 222 to 210 this season, but they have really poured it on in the second and third quarters, outscoring their opponents 255 to 203 in the second and 273 to 224 in the third. It's a dead even tie in the fourth quarter, 244 to 244. Again, their last time out, the Tanagers defeated the Wagner Red Raiders at 58 to 45 at home back on Tuesday night. Now in that game, Shandy Ludwig led the team with 15 points. Lexi Plitzewhite had 13 for the Tanagers. Casey Hansen had 14. Brooke Jensen had 7. Lily Johnson had 5. And Chandler Cleveland had 4 points in the basketball game. Now, Lexi Plitzewhite also dished out 7 assists, had a block and 2 steals as well in the basketball game. Chandler Cleveland had 3 steals as well for the Tanagers. So look for that defensive duo to team up once again tonight against the Class B Irene-Wakonda Eagles. So again, the Huskies are holding their opponents to 37% free throw or field goal margin. Well, or check that. On Tuesday night, the Tanagers shot 37% from the field, 34.5% from the three-point line, and were 8 of 12 for 67% from the charity stripe. The second half, the Tanagers really turned it on as they went 10 of 23 for 43.5% from the field versus 10 of 31 for 32.3% in the first half of that basketball against the Wagner Red Raiders. Again, Shandy Ludwig led the team with 15 points, and Casey Hansen had 9 boards for the Tanagers. The bench scoring was even in that game, 5 points apiece, so they didn't get much production from their bench. That is something that head coach John Brooks is going to have to look for tonight from the Tanagers. So we're about 5 minutes away from tip-off. We're going to go ahead and step aside. When we come back, we will have the national anthem starting in lineups and the tip. You're watching Vermillion Tanagers basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions. We'll be back right after these messages.
Midwest Ready Mix Equipment Vermillion.
We rent out and operate dozers, excavators. We also have aerial equipment.
Dave Hertz, Midwest Ready Mix.
We got telehandlers, payloaders, skid loaders, just a lot of different equipment that we rent and we sell it too. And you can rent to buy. And you end up having it for 6 months. We'll give you a buyout option on that thing.
Call Dave Hertz, Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, Vermillion. Easy to work with and not hard to find.
Make space for tall items. Quickly and easily move the bins side to side for convenient storage options. The Flexi Slide Bin. Brought to you by Whirlpool.
Pump up your car, coolers, and tummy with Pump and Pack in Vermillion. Whether you're coming or going, we are here for you when you need us, with what you need. Grocery items, beer, snacks, fuel, wine, hot dogs, pizza by the slice, and now for real ice cream smoothies and shakes, cookie dough, strawberry banana, and even mocha latte. We are open when you need us 24 hours a day with what you need at Pump and Pack on West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Thermobond Buildings, located in Elk Point, South Dakota, is proud to support this live stream for the Vermillion Tanagers. Thermobond manufactures buildings for a variety of industries, and we're currently looking for candidates to fill a number of production roles within the company. You can find an application on the website thermobond.com. Thermobond Buildings, proud to support the Tanagers.
Vermillion Medical Clinic has an ongoing mission to provide areas with quality health care and convenient access to medical professionals. Our patients at Vermillion Medical Clinic value our dedicated primary care physicians, compassionate PAs, and consistently scheduled outreach specialty care. If you have health questions, need a screening, or have medical concerns for yourself or family members, call us for an appointment or visit vermillionmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too, and the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
So we're buying a bigger home.
A 4-bedroom, but, with room to grow.
Your ocular cavity is malfunctioning.
Because we want kids.
Calculating offspring life insurance.
No, wait. We only have a cat.
Calculating farm insurance.
Is there somebody else who can help us?
Only a human who knows you can create a plan that's right for you. That's why for 80 years we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau Agent Debbie Profrock in Vermillion at 605-624-3011.
And we welcome you back to Irene, South Dakota, where the Tanagers and the Irene-Wakonda Eagles are getting ready to do battle. Here, we are going to have the national anthem first, and then when we come back, we will have the starting lineups.
Welcome to the brand new arena here at Irene-Wakonda High School for tonight's doubleheader. Tonight, the first game of the doubleheader sees the Vermillion Tanagers and your Irene-Wakonda Eagles.
So a good crowd on hand to open up this new arena for Irene-Wakonda.
Let's meet the cheerleaders for Vermillion. Ellen Schroeder, Haley Larson, Derek Clemmy,
As they're announcing the Vermillion cheerleaders right now, we can go ahead and give you the starting lineups. First, for the Irene-Wakonda Eagles, they're going to start with number 1, Katie Nodal, a 5'5" junior guard. Number 3, Nora O'Malley, a 5'8" junior guard. Number 21, McKenna Moore, a 5'6" senior guard. Number 23, Emma Marshall, a 5'8", 8th grade forward. And Emma Orr, the 5'8" junior forward. For the Tanagers, as they are getting announced on the court, number 1, Casey Hansen, the 5'8", 8th grade guard. Number 5, Shandy Ludwig, a 5'3" senior guard. Number 20, Lexi Blitzowhite, the 5'9" senior guard. Number 25, Chandler Cleveland, the 5'9" freshman forward. And number 33, Brooke Jensen, the 5'10", 8th grade guard for the Vermillion Tanagers. So for the Eagles, it's going to be Nodal, O'Malley, Moore, Marshall, and Orr. For the Tanagers, they are going to come out with Hansen, Ludwig, Blitzowhite, Cleveland, and Brooke Jensen. So as both teams are being announced right here, this is an absolutely gorgeous arena that they have put together here in Irene. This is the first game that has first varsity game that has been played in this arena. As they were playing some of their games over in the Wakonda gym at Irene-Wakonda Elementary and in their old gym here in Irene, just up the hallway. So as we get ready for the national anthem, we're getting set for the 11-8 Tanagers taking on the 8-10 Irene-Wakonda Eagles.
As Leanne Ryan sings our national anthem.
So we are going to pause for the national anthem.
All right. Please rise. As Irene-Wakonda Jr. Alec Persimmon sings our national anthem.
After some technical difficulties in the new gym, a beautiful rendition of the national anthem sung by one of the Irene-Wakonda cheerleaders, a junior here at IW. So we are getting ready for basketball here. Again, the starting lineups for the Tanagers is Hanson, Ludwig, Plitzewhite, Cleveland, and Jensen. For head coach Patrick O'Malley and the Irene-Wakonda Eagles, he is countering with Nodal, O'Malley, Moore, Marshall, and Orr. Expect to see Madison Orr off the bench tonight, and McKenna Mork for the Irene-Wakonda Eagles. Leah Herbster is out of the lineup again tonight due to injury. I had a chat with head coach John Brooks. He said that is the only Tanager who is out of the lineup. And we are set to go. Ball's underway, and we are underway here in Irene. Casey Hansen with the basketball, gets it over to Lexi Plitzwhite, back over to Hansen, now back to Plitzwhite on the right elbow. Ball goes all the way over to Shandy Ludwig. Ludwig now gets it at the left elbow. Ball goes to Lexi Plitzwhite. Brooke Jensen's going to spot up for two. No. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Emma Marshall. And Nodal brings the basketball up into the front court. Three-point attempt by O'Malley is good. Nora O'Malley scores the first 3 points of the basketball game for the Eagles, and it's a 3-0 lead with 7:20 left to go here in the first quarter. I apologize, I didn't get anything reset after. And a big 2-point bucket for the Tanagers. Make that a 3-point bucket for the Tanagers. I didn't quite see who got it. But it's a 3-3 tie here for Vermillion and Irene-Wakonda. And IW throws the basketball out of bounds. So Plitzwhite brings the basketball up across the timeline. She gets it over to Casey Hansen. Hansen back to Plitzwhite, top of the key. Now Shandy Ludwig with the basketball, back over to Hansen, now back to Plitzwhite. Works it inside to Brooke Jensen, now kicks it over to Ludwig, and Ludwig drains it for three. And it's a 6-3 lead for the Tanagers over the Eagles. 6:26 left to go here in the first quarter. Nodal with the basketball, gets it inside to O'Malley. O'Malley's little runner, shots no good. Rebound pulled down by Ludwig. And Vermillion's going to run the floor, kicks it into Hansen. Hansen's going to lay it up and off the window for two. 8-3 lead now for the Tanagers with 6:02 left to go here in the first quarter. O'Malley with the basketball, now kicks it over to Nodal on the left wing. Back to O'Malley inside, and a steal by Lexi Plitzwhite. Plitzwhite gets it ahead to Brooke Jensen. Jensen inside to Casey Hansen, and there's going to be a foul called as Hansen goes up, and that is going to send Casey Hansen to the line to shoot a pair. Foul's going to be called on number 23, Emma Marshall, her first, team's first. And Hansen misses the first of two. Second free throw is up and good for Casey Hansen. It's now a 9-3 advantage for the Tanagers. 5:35 left to go here in the first quarter. O'Malley with the basketball. Little spin move in the lane. She gets away from a couple of Tanagers. Basketball goes out of bounds. Shot off the mark by Brooke Jensen. Irene-Wakonda is going to push the basketball up across midcourt, gets it over to Nodal. O'Malley back over to McKenna Moore. Moore with the basketball, kicks it back to Nodal. Nodal's going to spot up from three from the top of the key. That's going to come up short. Rebound, though, picked up by Emma Marshall. She's not able to get the ball into the bucket. But Brooke Jensen's going to get on the score sheet. And a timeout called by Irene-Wakonda. It's a 30-second timeout. We're going to go ahead and step aside and take it with them. You're watching Vermillion Tanager Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions. We'll be back right after this message.
Our radio family is growing. Now you can listen to all of the Vermillion Tanagers broadcast on two stations, 101.5 FM and AM 1570. When the Tanagers are playing, tune in to either 101.5 FM or AM 1570 to catch the voice of the Tanagers, Heath Nimke, for every play. In addition, we invite you to listen to all of our ESPN programming. We thank you for listening and our radio sponsors that allow us to broadcast all of the Vermillion Tanager sports on ESPN, 101.5 FM and AM 1570.
Welcome back to Irene-Wakonda. As we are underway here in the first half, 4:49 left to go in the first quarter. Vermillion has the 11-3 lead over the Eagles, and the Eagles just took their first time out of the basketball game. Ball goes inside to McKenna Moore. Now back out to O'Malley, and the ball gets picked off by the Tanagers. Chandler Cleveland gets her hand in on the basketball. Lexi Plitzawhite now gets it into Brooke Jensen. Now outside to Casey Hansen. Hansen spots up from 17 feet, no good. Plitzawhite's in there for the rebound, and she puts it up and off the window for two. That's Lexi's first 2 points of the basketball game, and it's now a 13-3 lead for the Tanagers halfway through this first quarter. Plitzawhite with some good defense there. And a foul is going to be called on Chandler Cleveland. That's going to be her first and the team's first. Irene-Wakonda brings the basketball in. O'Malley with it. Drives into the paint. She just forces up a shot as she's falling down. Ball comes down to Ludwig. Ludwig brings it up across the timeline. Gets it over to Plitzawhite on the right wing. Now Shandy's going to spot up from three. No good. Ball's going to go off the hands of Chandler Cleveland. And it's a turnover for the Tanagers. So O'Malley brings the basketball up across midcourt. Nodal with the basketball, top of the key. O'Malley looks to drive into the lane. She tries to force up a shot. Good defense by the Tanagers. Ludwig is going to take it across. Check that. Hansen is going to take it across the timeline. Lexi Plitzawhite's going to spot up and let it go from three. No good. Plitzawhite's going to get her own rebound, long rebound. And a foul is going to be called on O'Malley as she just blocked Plitzawhite out of the way going to the hoop. That's going to be Nora O'Malley's first foul, second team foul. Checking into the basketball game for the Tanagers are going to be Liv Regneris, Lily Johnson, and Kenzie Mulheron. And O'Malley gets the basketball. Eagles push it up across midcourt. Stops, pops from two. Emma Marshall gets onto the scoreboard. And that stops the 8-0 run by the Tanagers. It's now a 13-5 lead for Vermillion with 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Ball's going to go off the hands of Nora O'Malley as it skies over. I believe that was Doty who just tried to get, nope, check that. That was Lily Johnson. Pass was just a little bit high, and O'Malley was able to get her fingertips on it. Jump ball called. It's going to go back the other way. Irene-Wakonda basketball. Nodal set to inbound the basketball. Gets it into Marshall. Now back over to O'Malley. O'Malley brings it up across the timeline for Irene-Wakonda. And a steal by Liv Regneris. And Regneris takes it, dishes it off to Plitzawhite, and Plitzawhite scores. Lexi has 4 points in the ball game so far. It's a 15-5 lead. Back to 10 points with 2:24 left to go here in the first quarter. And another steal by the Tanagers. Lily Johnson gets the basketball, gets it over to Plitzawhite. Plitzawhite working on a double team. They're going to call a foul on. They are going to get McKenna Moore with her first foul and the third team foul. Plitzawhite's going to check out of the basketball game right along with Casey Hansen. So John Brooks has 5 fresh players in. Check that, 4. Shandy Ludwig's the only starter who remains in right now. And the pass is stolen away by the Eagles. Emma Marshall with the steal, gets it over to McKenna Moore. Moore kicks it over to O'Malley on the right wing. Her shot's going to be no good. Ludwig's going to bring the basketball up across the timeline. Vermillion's going to push this pace with 1:40 left to go. Ball goes over to Regneris. Now to Johnson. Back to Regneris. She thought about spotting up for a three. Got it over to Ludwig. Ball now goes inside. Now back to Ludwig. Top of the key. She's going to Her shot's going to be off the mark. No good. Regneris gets the rebound for the Tanagers. Kicks it back to Ludwig. Shot fake for Shandy. Throws the Irene-Wakonda Eagles, and Lily Johnson's going to let it fly from three. No good, and a foul called on the rebound. I believe they're going to tag Regneris with this one. No, they are going to get Chandler Cleveland with her second foul. And a second 30-second timeout called by the Irene-Wakonda Eagles. We're going to go ahead and step aside and take it with them. You're watching Tanager Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions and YouTube Live.
Midwest Ready Mix Equipment Vermillion.
We rent out and operate dozers, excavators. We also have aerial equipment.
Dave Hertz, Midwest Ready Mix.
We got telehandlers, payloaders, skid loaders, just a lot of different equipment that we rent and we sell it too. And you can rent to buy. And you end up having it for 6 months. We'll give you a buyout option on that thing.
Call Dave Hertz, Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment Vermillion. Easy to work with and not hard to find.
As we come back to basketball, Nora O'Malley with the basketball for the Eagles. Now gets it over to Nodal. Nodal looks to run it inside. Gets it over to McKenna Moore. Moore nearly gets that ball stolen away by Brooke Jensen. Moore with the basketball for the Eagles. Gets it inside to Emma Marshall. Marshall's going to lay it up and off the window for two. Emma Marshall with 4 points on the night, and it's now a 15-7 lead for the Tanagers with 36 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And what muscle by Kenzie Mulherron. She gets onto the scorebook. She had to muscle her way up for that one, but it's a 17-7 lead now for the Tanagers. Back to 10 points. 24.6 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Nodal inbounds the basketball to Moore. Moore stops, pops from 15 feet. That's going to be no good. Fight for the rebound. Vermillion's going to come down with it. Regneris comes down with the rebound. Now gets it over to Ludwig. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ludwig's got to get it off. Long three at the buzzer by Lily Johnson is going to be no good, and that is how we are going to end the first quarter with the Tanagers up 17-7. We're going to go ahead and step aside. You're watching Tanager Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions. We'll be back right after this.
Make space for tall items. Quickly and easily move the bins side to side for convenient storage options. The Flexi Slide Bin, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Pump up your car, coolers, and tummy with Pump and Pack in Vermillion. Whether you're coming or going, we are here for you when you need us with what you need. Grocery items, beer, snacks, fuel, wine, hot dogs, pizza by the slice, and now for real ice cream smoothies and shakes, cookie dough, strawberry banana, and even mocha latte. We are open when you need us 24 hours a day with what you need at Pump and Pack on West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Welcome back to basketball as Lexi Plitzwaite brings the basketball up across the timeline for the Tanagers. Tanagers have their original starting five back on the floor of Hanson, Ludwig, Plitzwaite, Cleveland, and Jensen. And a long three is going to be off the mark, no good. Plitzwaite with the basketball, thought about spotting up for a three, now gets it over to Ludwig at the top of the key. Ball goes inside to Brooke Jensen. Jensen shot from 15 feet, no good. But I believe that was Chandler Cleveland who cleaned that one up. She gets into the books. And it's a 19-7 lead, 7:22 left to go here in the first half. Irene-Wakonda brings in a couple of subs. Madison Orr into the basketball game now. Her shot was contested by the Tanagers. Plitzwaite gets the basketball inside. Ball goes out, back outside to Ludwig, who lets it go from 3. No good. Long rebound for the Tanagers. Ludwig has it back in her hands. Now gets it over to Casey Hansen. Hansen kicks it over to Plitzwhite. Now inside to Brooke Jensen. Now back to Ludwig. Now to Chandler Cleveland. And a 3-second violation is going to be called on the Tanagers. Turnover for Vermillion to Irene-Wakonda. So the Tanagers come out in a 1-2-2 full court pressure defense. O'Malley gets the basketball up across the timeline to McKenna Moore. Moore with Plitzwhite all over her, gets it over to Nodal. Back to O'Malley. Long pass back to Orr. Now inside for the little jump shot by Emma Marshall. That's not going to go. Marshall gets her rebound. Second attempt, no good, but a foul is going to be called. Foul is going to be called on Chandler Cleveland, and that's Cleveland's third. So Chandler Cleveland picks up her third foul early with 6:25 left to go here in the first quarter, in the first half. First free throw is up, and it's good for Emma Marshall. So Cleveland's going to have to sit down. Checking in for her is Kenzie Mulherron. Second free throw is off the mark, no good. Rebound to the Eagles. O'Malley puts it up and off the window for 2. So a 9-point lead now for the Tanagers, 19-10 with 6:15. Let's see Plitzwhite lets it go from long range. No good. O'Malley's going to come up with the rebound for the for the Eagles, excuse me. Kicks it over to Nodal. Now long pass over to McKenna Mork. Now back to O'Malley, who's going to spot up from 3, and she's going to drain it. That's Nora O'Malley's second three-pointer of the basketball game, and it's now a 19-13 lead for the Tanagers with 5:43 left to go. Plitzwhite working the ball around the horn, now gets it over to Casey Hansen. And a big 3 by Hansen. Makes it a 22-13 game with 5:28 left to go. Long 3 attempt by Mork is no good. Eagles get the rebound. Ball's going to go off of the hands of Brooke Jensen. So it'll be Irene-Wakonda basketball. O'Malley with the basketball, facing a double team from the Tanagers right now. Gets it over to Nodal. Nodal gets the basketball back from Mork. Back over to O'Malley, now over to Emma Marshall. Marshall looks to dribble, drive the baseline, and there's going to be a push foul called. I believe they're going to tag Kenzie Mulherron with this one. They are, and that's going to be Mulherron's first, team's fourth. 5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Marshall with the basketball, looking for help. Now she's going to dribble it around, kicks it over to Nodal. Nodal lets it go from about 17 feet. No good. Tanagers get the rebound. Ludwig gets the outlet pass from Lexi Plitzwhite. She lays it up and off the window for 2. Good eyes there by Lexi Plitzwhite, who found Shandy Ludwig on the fast break. And it's now an 11-point lead for the Tanagers, 24-13 with 4.5 minutes. And just as I say that, it's going to be Tanager basketball after an Eagles turnover. So Plitzwhite with the basketball, gets it back from Casey Hansen, now back over to Plitzwhite, now to Ludwig, back to Plitzwhite. Lexi thought about spotting up from top of the key. Gets it back to Shandy Ludwig, who lets it go from 3. No good. Plitzwhite gets the rebound, gets it over to Kenzie Mulherron. Now long 3 by Brooke Jensen. That's going to be off the mark. No good. Good defense by Mulherron, getting the basketball back. 3:58 left to go. And 3 or 4 attempts, and the lid was just closed every single time for the Tanagers. O'Malley brings the basketball up across the timeline. She's working against Mulherrin right now and Plitzawhite, and I believe they're going to get Plitzawhite with the foul. They are. And that's going to be Lexi's first, team's fifth. So O'Malley at the free throw line to shoot a pair. First free throw is up and good for Nora O'Malley. She's got 9 points in the ball game. Back to a 10-point lead for the Tanagers, 24-14. 3:45 left to go. Second free throw is off the mark, no good. Irene-Wakonda is 2 of 4 from the free throw line so far tonight. Plitzawhite with the basketball, kicks it out to Ludwig. Ludwig lets it go from 3, no good. Emma Marshall comes down with the rebound, and Irene-Wakonda is going to push the basketball. And Nora O'Malley is going to find the bucket if it counts. It does, and she's going to go back to the line to shoot 1. So O'Malley with a good drive there. Foul was called on Shandy Ludwig, her first, team 6th. O'Malley at the free throw line. Free throws up and off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound by Emma Marshall. Ball goes over to McKenna Mork, now back over to Nodal, now back to O'Malley. O'Malley spots up from 3, but it's going to be no good. She traveled with the basketball. Plitzawhite to bring the basketball up across the timeline for the Tanagers. Gets it over to Lily Johnson. Johnson with the basketball. Now long pass picked off by Emma Marshall. Marshall's going to run the 2-on-3 break. Moore gets the basketball back. O'Malley spots up from 3, and she switches it home. And just like that, the Tanagers' lead has evaporated from 11 points down to just 5. We're going to keep it right here as it is 24-19 in favor of the Tanagers with 2:54 left to go here in the first quarter. Or in the first half, excuse me. They've just started keeping scores up on the big board. So leading the way of all scorers, I have Nora O'Malley with 14 points so far on the night. The only other Eagle who has scored has been Emma Marshall, and she has 5 on the night, including going 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Leading the way for the Tanagers right now is Casey Hansen with 6 points. Shandy Ludwig has 5. Lexi Plitzawhite has 4. Chandler Cleveland, Brooke Jensen, and Kenzie Mulherrin each have 2 apiece. So it's going to be Tanager basketball coming out of the timeout, up by 5, 24-19. Tanagers need to watch out on the fouls, though, because they've got 6 in the half so far. Plitzawhite brings the basketball up across the timeline from Casey Hansen. Now gets it over to Ludwig on the right side. Now back to Mulherrin. Now back to Ludwig. Back to Plitzawhite. Tanagers working the perimeter right now. Ball comes back to Plitzawhite. Ludwig with a little stutter step there. Gets it inside to Mulherrin, who dishes it to Casey Hansen. And Hansen's going to go up. Layup's not going to be good. But there's going to be a foul called on the shot. Foul's going to be called on Nora O'Malley. That's going to be her second. And the team's 4th, and that's going to send Casey Hansen to the line where she is 1 of 2 from the night. First free throw up and good for Casey. Second free throw for Hansen's up and nothing but net. And she's got 5 points in the quarter, 8 points on the night so far, with 2:25 left to go here in the first half. Nodal with the basketball, gets it in outside Emma Marshall, now back over to O'Malley. O'Malley kicks it inside to Emma Orr, who's back in the basketball game. McKenna Mork fighting for the basketball there. Lexi Plitzawhite nearly ripped it away from her. Ball goes Over to Mork. She spots up from 3. No good. Plitzawhite gets the loose ball. And it goes off of head coach Patrick O'Malley of the Irene-Wakonda Eagles. It's going to be Tanager basketball. Checking out are going to be Casey Hansen and Kenzie Mulheron. Checking back in is going to be Brooke Jensen for the Tanagers and Liv Regneris. Regneris with the basketball. Gets it over to Brooke Jensen. Now back over to Ludwig. Ludwig kicks it to Plitzawhite, who loses her defender. Back to Regneris. Back to Brooke Jensen, who's going to lay it up and too strong off the back of the iron. No good. Irene-Wakonda pushes the basketball. Long shot by McKenna Moore is going to be no good. And a foul is going to be called on the rebound attempt. And the ball is going to be stolen away by McKenna Mork for the Irene-Wakonda Eagles. Katie Nodal with the basketball, gets it back over to Mork. Now long pass over to McKenna Moore. Now Mork spots up from 3, and she drains it. Good shot by McKenna Mork. Good looking follow through on that, and it's now a 4-point basketball game with the Tanagers up 26-22. Over the Irene-Wakonda Eagles, 42 seconds left to go here in the first half. Ludwig with the basketball. Now gets it over to Lily Johnson. Now back to Ludwig. Now over to Regneris. Plitzawhite on the inside with it. Now Regneris spots up from 3. No good. And the ball's going to go out of bounds off of the Tanagers. Checking in for Irene-Wakonda is going to be Madison Orr, with 26.8 seconds left to go here in the first half. And a traveling violation is going to be called on the Eagles. So a turnover for Irene-Wakonda will give Vermillion the chance at the last shot. Lexi Plitzawhite brings it up across the Eagle logo at the center court. She's just going to dribble this one out until about 6 or 7 seconds. Plitzawhite with the basketball. Gets a good screen there by Jensen. Back to Ludwig, who spots up from 3. No good. And that is how the first half is going to end, with the Tanagers up 4 on the Irene-Wakonda Eagles, 26-22. So we're going to go ahead and step aside. When we come back, we'll have stats and analysis and more for you. You're watching Vermillion Tanagers basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube Live. We'll be back right after these messages.
Thermobond Buildings, located in Elk Point, South Dakota, is proud to support this live stream for the Vermillion Tanagers. Thermobond manufactures buildings for a variety of industries, and we're currently looking for candidates to fill a number of production roles within the company. You can find an application on the website thermobond.com. Thermobond Buildings, proud to support the Tanagers.
Vermillion Medical Clinic has an ongoing mission to provide areas with quality health care and convenient access to medical professionals. Our patients at Vermillion Medical Clinic value our dedicated primary care physicians, compassionate PAs, and consistently scheduled outreach specialty care. If you have health questions, need a screening, or have medical concerns for yourself or family members, call us for an appointment or visit VermillionMedicalClinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
So we're buying a bigger home.
A 4-bedroom, but, with room to grow.
Your ocular cavity is now functioning.
Because we want kids.
Calculating offspring life insurance.
No, wait. We only have a cat.
Calculating farm insurance.
Is there somebody else who can help us?
Only a human who knows you can create a plan that's right for you. That's why for 80 years we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau Agent Debbie Profrock in Vermillion at 605-624-3011.
Radio family is growing. Now you can listen to all of the Vermillion Tanagers broadcast on 2 stations, 101.5 FM and AM 1570. When the Tanagers are playing, tune in to either 101.5 FM or AM 1570 to catch the voice of the Tanagers, Heath Nimke, for every play. In addition, we invite you to listen to all of our ESPN programming. We thank you for listening and our radio sponsors that allow us to broadcast all of the Vermillion Tanager sports on ESPN, 101.5 FM and AM 1570.
Midwest Ready Mix Equipment for Vermillion.
We rent out and operate dozers, excavators. We also have aerial equipment.
Dave Hertz, Midwest Ready Mix.
We got telehandlers, payloaders, skid loaders, just a lot of different equipment that we rent and we sell it too. And you can rent to buy. And you end up having it for 6 months. We'll give you a buyout option on that thing.
Call Dave Hertz, Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment. Vermillion. Easy to work with and not hard to find.
Welcome back to Irene, South Dakota, as the Tanagers hold the 4-point lead over the Irene-Wakonda Eagles, 26-22. Let's take a look at the scoring for both teams. First for the Tanagers, they're led by Casey Hansen and Shandy Ludwig with 8 points apiece. Shandy hit the game's opening three-pointer. Lexi Plitzwaite has 4 points to her name. Chandler Cleveland, Brooke Jensen, and Kenzie Mulheron each have 2. For the Irene-Wakonda Eagles, they are led by Nora O'Malley with 14. Emma Marshall has 5, and McKenna Mork has 3 points for the Eagles. So a very low-scoring game. The Tanagers are trying to avoid the upset here in this Class B-A showdown. Let's take a look at scores from around the state as well. Other games that we're keeping our eyes on right now. Parkston is defeating Mount Vernon Plankinton right now with 5 minutes left to go in the second, 23-11. It is 26-22 Tanagers here at the end of the first half. Aberdeen Roncalli over Aberdeen Christian at the end of the first quarter, 10-9. Other games that we're watching, especially in Region 4, is Canton and Alcester Hudson, Elk Point Jefferson and Del Rapids St. Mary's, Tri-Valley and Lenox, and T-Area and Parker. So those are some other games that we are keeping our eye on. There were early starts. We had an early start. This one was not scheduled until 7:30 tonight, excuse me. But Irene-Wakonda moved the schedule up to open up the new gym for the boys varsity game that is going to be following at 7:45 tonight. So again, here at halftime, your Tanagers are up 26-22 here at halftime. We're going to go ahead and step aside. When we come back, we'll have the second half action for you. You're watching Vermillion Tanagers basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube Live. We'll be back right after these messages.
Make space for tall items. Quickly and easily move the bins side to side for convenient storage options. The Flexi Slide Bin, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Pump up your car, coolers, and tummy with Pump and Pack in Vermillion. Whether you're coming or going, we are here for you when you need us with what you need. Grocery items, beer, snacks, fuel, wine, hot dogs, pizza by the slice, and now for real ice cream smoothies and shakes, cookie dough, strawberry banana, and even mocha latte. We are open when you need us 24 hours a day with what you need at Pump and Pack on West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Thermobond Buildings, located in Elk Point, South Dakota, is proud to support this live stream for the Vermillion Tanagers. Thermobond manufactures buildings for a variety of industries, and we're currently looking for candidates to fill a number of production roles within the company. You can find an application on the website thermobond.com. Thermobond Buildings, proud to support the Tanagers.
Welcome back to Irene, South Dakota. The Tanagers are going to be moving left to right across your television screen, so they'll be shooting at the basket closest to us in our perch here in the Irene-Wakonda gym. It's going to be Eagles basketball to start the second half. As Nora O'Malley brings the basketball up across the timeline, we are back underway here in Irene. Katie Nodal with the basketball, now gets it over to McKenna Moore. Now to Marshall, now back to Nodal. Eagles working the basketball around the perimeter. Now they get it inside to O'Malley, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul called. That foul is going to go against Casey Hansen, her first, team's first. Chandler Cleveland is going to have to be very careful this second half as she is playing with 3 fouls already in this basketball game. Emma Marshall with the basketball. She's going to fall to the floor, and they're going to say she walks with the basketball. Turnover goes back to the Tanagers. So Casey Hansen's going to bring the basketball up across the timeline as Lexi Plitzwaite jogs down the floor. Ball goes to Brooke Jensen, now into Plitzowite, now out to Hansen. Hansen's going to spot up from three. No good, off the front of the iron. And the ball's going to go off of Casey Hansen. Good play there by McKenna Moore to play it off of Hansen's leg. Now Nodal set to inbound the basketball, gets it to Moore, and now the Tanagers are going to play this full court pressure defense. Moore with the basketball, gets it up across the timeline, now over to Nodal. Nodal with the ball, looks inside to O'Malley. O'Malley looking for help, gets it outside to Emma Marshall, And Emma Orr is also in the basketball game. Both teams have their original starting five out on the court. Long three attempts is coming by McKenna Moore, and that's going to be off the mark, no good, but it hit the rim, so a fresh shot clock for the Eagles. Ball goes to Emma Marshall. She's going to spot up from two, no good. And Brooke Jensen's going to come down with the rebound. Lexi Plitzowite gets it up ahead to Casey Hansen. Hansen's going to score. 28-22 lead now for the Eagles, or for the Tanagers, Emma Marshall sidesteps it. She's going to score. 28-24. They've got the board updated now, so Casey Hansen's going to let it fly from three. No good, and that's going to go out of bounds off the Tanagers. Vermillion is just not looking that sharp tonight, in my opinion, and I've only seen them play a couple of times this year. Nodal with the basketball. Plitzowite diving for it, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Lexi as she goes sprawling to the floor. Moore inbounds it to Emma Orr, and that Emma Orr gets the roll somehow. And that's her first bucket of the basketball game. And now it's down to a 2-point lead for the Tanagers, 28-26 with 5:39 left to go. Brooke Jensen's going to spot up from a long two, and she's going to drain it. Lead is back to 4 for the Tanagers, 30-26 with 5:26 left to go here in the third quarter. Lexi Plitzowite gets her hand on the basketball, just enough to knock it away from Emma Marshall. Now Nodal kicks it out to Marshall. Marshall drives into the lane, and they're going to call a foul on Plitzowite for getting her on the wrist. And that's going to be Lexi's second and the team's second. Jensen is going to check out. Mulheron's going to check back in for her. And that ball is going to go off the hands of O'Malley, and that's going to be a turnover for the Eagles. 5:05 left to go here in the third quarter. And a long three is hit by the Tanagers. Casey Hansen with her second three of the basketball game. And the lead is back to 7, 33-26, just like that. Nodal with the basketball, hands it off to Emma Marshall. Marshall mishandles it, now works off the screen by Orr. And they're going to call Plitzowite with the foul again, saying she pushed Nodal down to the floor. So Lexi picks up her third personal. And the third team foul on the Tanagers. Nodal with the basketball, gets it across to Moore. Now to Marshall, now Nodal inside the lane. She's going to lay it up and off the window with a little sky hook. And she's going to score. That's Katie Nodal's first points of the basketball game. Cuts Vermillion lead down to 5, 33-28 with 4:04 left to go here in the third quarter. A jump ball is going to be called, and it is going to go the way of the Tanagers. Hansen's going to spot up from 2, and that's going to be off the mark, but she's going to be fouled. So Casey Hansen's going to go to the line to shoot a pair. She is 3 of 4 tonight so far from the line. First free throw for Hansen's up and good. (34-28) lead for the Tanagers. 3:58 left to go here. And it's now a 35-28 lead. Back to 7 points for the Tanagers. Next game up for the Irene-Wakonda Eagles tonight is going to be the boys taking on the Canastota Hawks. So that game will be streamed live on the Irene-Wakonda network. Emma Marshall dribbles the basketball over, kicks it over to Moore, and Moore scores. McKenna Moore gets her first points of the basketball game, and that's a big bucket. They're saying it's only a 2-point bucket, but that was a very long 2-pointer. Long 3 attempt by the Tanagers. That ball is going to be tapped out of bounds off the hands of Emma Orr. Checking back into the game for Emma Orr is going to be number 13, Madison Orr. Plitzowite set to inbound it, gets it to Ludwig, now back to Plitzowite, now back to Ludwig. Over to Hansen. Now over to Mulherrin. Long 3 by Hansen. It's going to be off the mark. No good. .250 left to go. Tanagers up 5, 35-30 on the Eagles. Good ball handling there by Emma Marshall. Now gets it back out to Moore. Now back to Marshall on the inside. Marshall's going to lay it up and off the window, trying to draw the foul. No foul called. Lexi Plitzowite's going to come down with the rebound for the Tanagers, and she's going to bring it up across the timeline. Kicks it over to Ludwig. Ludwig looks for help. One dribble, gets it over. Now back to Casey Hansen. Back to Plitzowite. Now back to Ludwig, who got left all alone. Plitzowite's going to spot up from 3. And there's going to be a foul call. It's going to be 3 shots for Lexi. Foul's going to be called on Katie Nodal, her first, team's first. And that is going to send Lexi to the line to shoot 3. First free throw is up for Lexi and short, off the mark, no good. (35-30). Second free throw for Lexi is up and good. Third free throw for Lexi is off the mark, no good. Plitzowite goes 1 of 3. And a jump ball is called, and it's going to go the way of the Eagles. The Eagles bring the basketball up across the timeline. Nora O'Malley gets it over to Nodal. Nodal working it, gets it to Emma Marshall. Now back over to Moore. Now back to O'Malley. Nodal's going to spot up from 3, and she's going to drain it. Katie Nodal hits her first 3-pointer of the basketball game, and it's now a 3-point lead for the Tanagers. 36-33 with 1:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Casey Hansen with the basketball, kicks it over to Mulherrin. Mulherrin lets it go from 3. A good-looking shot, but no good. And that's going to be off the hands of the Tanagers. And it goes out of bounds, Eagle basketball. Checked into the game is Liv Regneris. And a foul is going to be called as Nodal goes up. She takes out 2 Tanagers with her, and a blocking foul is going to be called. That's going to go on Kenzie Mulharen, her second. 4th team foul on the Tanagers, and Nodal goes to the line to try to cut into this lead some more. Free throw is up and good. Katie Nodal has scored the last 6 points in this basketball game. Nora O'Malley comes out of the basketball game for the Eagles. Second free throw is up. Off the mark, no good. So it's a 2-point basketball game. Somehow the Eagles come away with the ball in the scrum. Nodal with the basketball. 1:05 left to go here in the third quarter. Nodal kicks it over to McKenna Mork. And Mork goes up and she's going to get fouled. Foul's going to be called on Brooke Jensen. That's her first and the team's 5th. So McKenna Mork at the line to shoot a pair. First free throw is up and rattles home. (36-35) lead for the Tanagers. One more free throw upcoming for Mork, and she gets the shooter's roll. And the Eagles have battled their way back from being down at halftime to tying this basketball game up 36 apiece with 45 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Long pass goes all the way over to Lily Johnson. Spots up. Brooke Jensen spots up for an important 2 points. 38-36 lead. 27 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Nodal with the basketball, now gets it over to McKenna Moore. Moore looking, working around the perimeter, gets it to Mork. 13-12, 11 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Ball goes over to Emma Marshall, now back over to Moore. Casey Hansen's going to lob one, and that's going to go off the, it's going to come up short. Good baseball-style shot, but that is going to be no good, and the Tanagers have the 2-point advantage, 38-36. We're going to go ahead and step aside. When we come back, fourth quarter action for you. You're watching Tanager Basketball on YouTube Live, a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
Vermillion Medical Clinic has an ongoing mission to provide areas with quality health care and convenient access to medical professionals. Our patients at Vermillion Medical Clinic value our dedicated primary care physicians, compassionate PAs, and consistently scheduled outreach specialty care. If you have health questions, need a screening, or have medical concerns for yourself or family members, call us for an appointment or visit VermillionMedicalClinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
Welcome back to Irene-Wakonda High School, where the Eagles have battled their way back from the halftime deficit. They are currently trailing the Vermillion Tanagers 38-36 here with just beginning the fourth quarter. It's going to be Tanager basketball to start the fourth quarter. A good crowd on hand here for the opening of the new gym tonight. Casey Hansen inbounds the basketball to Lexi Plitzawhite. Plitzawhite just standing at the top of the key, looking to, gets it over to Ludwig, now back to Plitzawhite. Now Tanagers working it around the perimeter. Plitzawhite looks, gets help, hands it back to Casey Hansen. Hansen, long pass over to Ludwig. Ludwig thought about a three. Now goes back. She steps up from three. It's going to be no good. Eagles have a chance. It's going to go off the it's going to go off the Eagles, and it's going to be Tanager basketball. And Casey Hansen's going to lay it up and off the window, too strong. Rebound pulled down by Emma Marshall. Marshall's going to lead the fast break, and she's going to lay it up and off the window for two. Emma Marshall ties the basketball game up at 38 apiece. 7:18 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Brooke Jensen with the basketball, now gets it over to Lexi Plitzawhite. Plitzawhite lets it go from three. Rebound to Jensen. Her shot's going to be no good, and Nodal's going to come down with the basketball. Gets it ahead to Nora O'Malley. And Lexi Plitzowite comes away with the loose ball. It's a 2-on-4 break for the Tanagers. Plitzowite stops, pops in the lane. No good. Nodal comes down with the rebound. And a jump ball is going to be called. It's going to go the way of the Eagles, and the Vermillion Tanager fans were wanting a foul there on Nodal for the elbow. O'Malley with the basketball, 3-on-4 break for the Eagles, dishes it off to Madison Orr, and Orr puts the Eagles up by 2, 40-38. Here, 6:35 left to go. Brooke Jensen with the basketball, now gets it over to Hansen, now back over to Ludwig. Ludwig's going to spot up from 3, in and out, no good. Nodal with the rebound for the Eagles. So a good basketball game that's going to come right down to the wire. 6:14 left to go here in the ball game. Nodal with the basketball. Gets it to Nora O'Malley. O'Malley now looking for help. Gets it inside to Emma Marshall. Emma Marshall, a little shot fake there. Drives into the lane. Shot's going to be up and no good. Emma Orr is going to come down with the basket. No, she is not. A foul is going to be called. Chandler Cleveland came down with the basketball. But Madison Orr is going to get tagged with the foul. That's only the third foul on the Eagles this half. So Casey Hansen with the basketball, gets it over to Ludwig. Ludwig back to Hansen, back to Plitzowite. Inside to Brooke Jensen, free throw line, shot no good. Emma Marshall with the basketball is going to bring it up the court for the Irene-Wakonda Eagles. Now hands it off to Nora O'Malley. O'Malley kicks it back out to Marshall. Marshall looking for help. Now drives it into the lane, and a foul is going to be called on the Tanagers. Let's see who this goes against. Foul's going to be called on Chandler Cleveland. That's her fourth. Cleveland's going to have to be very careful. It's a 6-team foul on the Tanagers. Emma Orr with the basketball. Jump ball, possession arrow belongs to Vermillion. Casey Hansen's going to bring the basketball up across the timeline. She's going to look at and get it over to Brooke Jensen. Jensen's going to spot up from 3. She drains it. Brooke Jensen gets on the board for the Tanagers and takes the 1-point lead, 41-40. O'Malley's going to lay it up and off the window for 2, though. She will not be denied. She's got 16 points on the night. 42-41 lead for the Eagles. 4:50 left to go here in this basketball game. Jensen's going to spot up from 3 again. She's going to switch it home. Brooke Jensen has just caught fire here in these last 30 or 40 seconds. 44-42 lead. And a timeout called by Irene-Wakonda. It's a full timeout. We'll go ahead and step aside with them. The Tanagers are leading 44-42 with 4:35 left to go here in the basketball game. You're watching Vermillion Tanager Basketball, a production of Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube Live. We'll be back right after this.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Welcome back to Irene-Wakonda as the Tanagers hold the 2-point lead, 44-42, thanks to 2 Brooke Jensen 3-pointers here in the last 30 seconds or so. John Brooks trying to work with his players right now to get some sort of momentum going on offense. Chandler Cleveland has come out of the basketball game with 4 fouls. Checking in for her was Kenzie Mulheron. So it's Eagle basketball coming out of the timeout. 44-42 lead for the Tanagers. Nora O'Malley is going to go up, and she's going to draw the foul. That's going to be called on Casey Hansen. And O'Malley is going to go to the line to see if she can tie it up. O'Malley 1 of 2 from the line tonight so far, nails the first one. And the 8 and 10 Eagles looking to pull the upset here, 43-44, 44 apiece. Casey Hansen brings the basketball up across the timeline, gets it over to Ludwig. Ludwig back to Hansen, now back to Ludwig. Back to Hansen. Hansen's going to spot up from the top of the key, and she's going to drain it. Casey Hansen with her third three-pointer of the basketball game. Gives the lead right back to the Tanagers, 47-44. This is going to be a barn burner for the rest of the way. Hansen comes down with the rebound after Ludwig tapped it to her. Hansen brings the basketball up across midcourt, now gets it over to Plitzewhite. Back to Hansen, spots up for three, short off the front of the iron, no good. Katie Nodal comes up with the rebound for the Eagles. 3:44 and counting. 47-44 lead for the Tanagers. Nora O'Malley kicks the ball out to McKenna Moore, and Moore drains it from 2. A long two-pointer for Moore, and it's now a 1-point lead for the Tanagers. Ludwig with the basketball, kicks it over to Mulherrin. Now back to Casey Hansen, now back to Ludwig. Ludwig spots up from 3, and she drains it. The threes are just starting to rain down for the Vermillion Tanagers. It's now a 4-point lead, 50-46. O'Malley's going to spot up from 3 herself, no good. Mulherrin with a good screen for Plitzewhite to get the rebound for the Tanagers. Casey Hansen with the basketball, gets it over to Shandy Ludwig. Ludwig now back over to Hansen, now to Brooke Jensen. Jensen's going to spot up from 3. It's going to come up short, no good. Mulherrin's going to come down with the rebound, and there's going to be a foul called on the rebound. See who this is called on. That's going to go against Emma Marshall. Tanager basketball. Lexi Plitzewhite inbounds the basketball, gets it to Casey Hansen. Now back over to Plitzewhite, now to back to Hansen, back to Shandy Ludwig. Ludwig, pass was intended for Brooke Jensen, got knocked away by Nodal, 21 seconds to shoot. Ludwig kicks it out over to Jensen. Tanager's being patient with this basketball. Plitzewhite, little spin move in the lane. She's going to go up, and she's going to get fouled. Foul's called on Madison Orr. That's her second and the team's 5th. First free throw for Lexi comes up short. And a timeout called, a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here just to give you a game reset. John Brooks takes the timeout. 50-46 lead for the Tanagers. Lexi Plitzewhite at the line to shoot a pair. She has already missed the first. So far, all the scoring has come from beyond the arc for the Tanagers, as they have 4 threes in the fourth quarter alone. They've got 8 long balls for the game. Lexi Plitzewhite toes to the line. Crowd from the boys' JV game is filling into the arena nicely. Second free throw for Plitzewhite is up and good. So it's back to a 5-point lead, a little bit more comfortable for John Brooks, but anything can happen in this ball game, as it already has. Emma Marshall with the basketball, kicks it over to McKenna Moore. Now to Emma Orr. Now back to Marshall. Marshall's going to lay it up and off and in for 2. 51-48 lead, and a foul is going to be called on the Eagles. Foul is going to be called against Emma Marshall, and that's her third. Casey Hansen inbounds the basketball to Lexi Plitzwhite. Plitzwhite holds on to it, and another foul is going to be called. No, an offensive foul is going to be called on Plitzwhite. They are going to say she pushed off of Emma Marshall, and that's Lexi's fourth. Long three by O'Malley is going to come up short. Plitzwhite with the basketball, trying to run some clock off. Foul's going to be called. That foul is going to be called on Emma Marshall, and that's her fourth. Chandler Cleveland checks back into the basketball game. Lexi Plitzwhite at the line to shoot 1-and-1. First free throw is up for Plitzwhite, and it's good. So she earns a bonus shot. 52-48 lead now for the Tanagers. Second free throw is up and also good. So the 5-point lead now for the Tanagers. Nodal with the basketball. She's going to kick it over to O'Malley. O'Malley, a little spin move, drives into the lane, kicks it inside to Emma Marshall. Marshall's going to go up for the shot. She's going to get her own rebound, kicks it out to McKenna Moore, excuse me. O'Malley spotted up for three, no good. Marshall's going to go up, and there's going to be a foul called as somebody just cleared out Lexi Plitzwhite. And that's going to be the fourth on Lexi. Emma Marshall at the line to shoot 1-and-1. That first free throw is up and good. Marshall is 2 of 3 from the line so far tonight. .2 seconds left to go. Still plenty of time. Second free throw is up and good. And a timeout's going to be called. Full timeout. We're going to go ahead and step aside and take it with them. You're watching Vermillion Tanager Basketball, a production of Fuller Digital Solutions. We'll be back right after this message.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
Welcome back to Irene-Wakonda High School, where the Tanagers are clinging on to a 3-point lead over the Irene-Wakonda Eagles, 53-50. 55.2 seconds left. Timeout was called by Irene-Wakonda. They have one timeout left. John Brooks has 2. Check that, he has 3. Plitzwhite with the basketball. Has got O'Malley on her, and a foul's going to be called on O'Malley. And that's going to send Plitzwhite to the line. And that's O'Malley's 4th. And Plitzwhite misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Lexi has had a problem with free throws tonight. 37 seconds, 36, 35 seconds. So next shot that bounces off the rim is going to reset the shot clock to 0. So Nora O'Malley kicks it out to Emma Marshall. Marshall with the basketball gets it to McKenna Moore. Moore looking for help. She's going to lay it up and off the window too strong. And the Tanagers are going to escape. The Tanagers very well could escape. There's still time for one last shot as Plitzowite gets fouled. Foul's going to be called on Katie Nodal, her second. And the team's 10th. Make that 9th. They have Nodal up on the board for 3 fouls. And Plitzowite gets this one to go. (54-50), 13.8 seconds left to go here in this basketball game. Second free throw for Plitzowite, somehow finds the bottom of the net. 55-50, 10 seconds left to go. O'Malley's got to get a shot off. She steps back, kicks it over to McKenna Moore. Moore spots up from 3, and she drains it. McKenna Moore drains it for 3. She has 7 points in the basketball game. And it's a 55-53 lead for the Tanagers. We're going to keep it right here with 2.9 seconds left to go. Here's your game reset. The Tanagers have 1 foul to give. They are not going to foul on this possession. 55-53 lead for the Tanagers. 2.9 seconds left to go. McKenna Moore just drained a big three-pointer for the Eagles to get them back to within 2 of the Tanagers. Head coach Patrick O'Malley has kept his girls in this one all night. I thought it was going to end up being a big blowout, and it turns out not to be. The Eagles have given Vermillion all they have to handle. We will not have John Brooks for a post-game chat tonight, as they are going to get right onto the bus and head back home to Vermillion after this game is over. So it's going to be Tanager basketball with 2.9 seconds left to go. All they have to do is catch and hold. Chandler Cleveland with the basketball. Looking for help, is going to get it from Plitzowite. Oh, and that needs to be nearly a flagrant foul on Nodal, as that was excessive. They did not call it a flagrant foul. They called it a regular foul. 2.1 seconds left to go. If Lexi Plitzowite drains both of these free throws, she ices the game for the Tanagers. First one is up and missed. Irene-Wakonda does not have any timeouts left, and that's going to be off the mark. And that's going to be the game. Vermillion squeaks away with the win, 55-53 over the Irene-Wakonda Eagles. Oh my goodness, what a win for John Brooks and his squad. So we're going to go ahead and step aside for just a couple minutes. When we come back, we will have your final stats for you and final analysis. You're watching Tanager Basketball on YouTube Live, a production of Fuller Digital Solutions. We'll be back right after these messages.
So we're buying a bigger home.
A 4-bedroom, but, with room to grow.
Your ocular cavity is malfunctioning.
Because we want kids.
Calculating offspring life insurance.
No, wait. We only have a cat.
Calculating farm insurance.
Is there somebody else who can help us?
Only a human who knows you can create a plan that's right for you. That's why for 80 years we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau Agent Debbie Profrock in Vermillion at 605-624-3011.
Radio family is growing. Now you can listen to all of the Vermillion Tanagers broadcast on two stations, 101.5 FM and AM 1570. When the Tanagers are playing, tune in to either 101.5 FM or AM 1570 to catch the voice of the Tanagers, Heath Nimke, for every play. In addition, we invite you to listen to all of our ESPN programming. We thank you for listening and our radio sponsors that allow us to broadcast all of the Vermillion Tanager sports on ESPN, 101.5 FM and AM 1570.
And welcome back to Irene-Wakonda one final time as the Tanagers get the win over the Irene-Wakonda Eagles, 55-53 tonight. Let's go inside the numbers and take a look. Leading the way for the Tanagers was Casey Hansen with 18 points. Brooke Jensen had 12 for the Tanagers. Shandy Ludwig had 11. Lexi Plitzwhite had 10. Chandler Cleveland had 2, and Kenzie Mulheron had 2. For the Irene-Wakonda Eagles, they were led by Nora O'Malley with 18. Emma Marshall had 13 on the night. McKenna Moore had 7. Katie Nodal had 6. McKenna Moore had 5 coming off the bench. And Madison Orr had 2 points for the Irene-Wakonda Eagles. So Irene-Wakonda wins this basketball game 55-50, or excuse me, the Vermillion Tanagers win this basketball game 55-53. A very, very scrappy game, especially at the end for the Tanagers, but they come away with the victory. With that win, that puts them at 12-8 on the season. That drops Irene-Wakonda to 8-11 on the year. The Tanagers, well, let's just take a look and see what their schedule looks like. For you Elk Point Jefferson Husky fans who may have tuned in tonight as well, Del Rapids St. Mary's is up 11-3 with 3 minutes left to go in the first on the Huskies. So for the Tanagers, this was their final regular season game. Region play will start next week. We are waiting to see who they're going to play. Everything is going to depend on the Elk Point Jefferson T-area game tomorrow night to see who is going to stay at 6 and who is going to stay at 7 between Elk Point Jefferson and Beersford. So that's going to be a must-see game tomorrow night. That is going to be on the Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube page for Elk Point Jefferson and T-area. Tip-off for that game is scheduled for 6:30. So again, the Huskies are taking on the T-area Titans tomorrow night in a must-win situation for the Huskies for them to stay in 6th place. Vermillion has the 3 seed locked up unless something weird happens in the standings, and we will take a look at those. Heath Nimke will have all that action for you next week. But the Tanagers wrap up their season tonight, their regular season, going 12-8 on the season with a final victory of 55-53 over the Irene-Wakonda Eagles. So you've been watching Tanager basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube live page. I'm Mark Krebs, the voice of the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies. It's been great to have you alongside tonight. Thank you very much. Congratulations to the Tanagers. And we hope to catch you tomorrow night with the Elk Point Jefferson and T-area Titans game.